We keep hearing that Australian women are getting bigger. The average clothing size now is a 14 to 16. But how do we treat those larger women? We subject them to discrimination and double standards. To expose this harsh reality, reporter Elise Elliott embarked on a stark experiment.
Does the public have a double standard? Is fatsploitation rife?
Look, at my heaviest I was 136 kilos, and look, it was sad. It was a sad place to be.
At my heaviest I was tipping about 140, and it was the lowest point in my life. Just emotionally I was wrecked.
Until recently, Nathan Parmenter and Lana Polakis were morbidly obese, carrying the weight of the world. Everyday events many take for granted had become huge challenges.
I don't think unless you're in the body of a bigger person, you could understand. You cannot put yourself in their shoes unless you actually are in that body.
No one can understand what it's like to be a fat person unless they're fat for a day.
4 undercover cameras will put this to the test, capturing the sad and sometimes shocking truth as I transform from a size 8 to a size 22.
This is step 1 in my transformation, and I'm putting my face and my hands in the capable hands of Larry and Helen from Third Eye FX Studios. I'm a bit nervous, guys.
And basically, we're just going to dump you with all this goop.
Yep.
We'll take a nice replica of your features.
All right,
Okay.
let's go for it.
It's that first 20 seconds that you kind of get that shock.
Once the mould is taken, a latex face mask and hands are created. It takes a painstaking 5 hours to assemble.
That felt like it went right into my brain.
Day 1, I take to the streets as a size 8. Day 2, and 7 dress sizes larger. It's a different story.
Could I have a skinny, medium-sized latte and a croissant, thanks? The way they look at me is terrible.
It's really weird, like no one talks to you.
So let's put our social experiment to the test. 5 scenarios played out by me with 2 very different looks. First, I drop my handbag in Melbourne's busy Collins Street. Chivalry is not dead. At least 3 businessmen run to my aid. I try the same as a size 22 and no one helps. I try again. And a 3rd time, no luck.
No one even stopped to ask if I was okay or did the token pick up. It was so,
Something so small, it was very humiliating. Made me feel a little worthless. A little worthless.
Clothes shopping, I get the service we all deserve. A heavier me wasn't accorded the same respect.
I walked in, no one asks.
do you need any help? You're just left to wander around. Whereas yesterday I was pounced on. I was Miss Invisible, shopping in high-end stores today. Grocery shopping is a drag at the best of times. It's a nightmare when those flimsy bags split. But hey, nothing like a couple of tradies coming to the aid of a damsel in a dress. It's all right, I've got it from here, but you've been really...
Lift the bag, lift the bag.
Yeah, look, thanks, guys. That's really polite. The next day, there are no blokes to be seen. Thankfully, a kind lady belatedly comes to my help. Oh, no, that's sweet. Thank you for your help anyway. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Looking lost, I asked for directions. Excuse me, sorry, do you know the way to the museum from here?
The museum, yeah, let me just get my directions. Oh, well, it's actually that way.
Over the bridge, and then after you've gone over the bridge, go right.
Great. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks. Thank you. Thanks. To my delight and surprise, asking directions from a group of young boys is positive. Excuse me, guys, do you know how to get to South Bank?
South Bank directly is that way, and when you cross the river, go left and then right.
Okay, great, cool. Thanks, guys. Thank you. A woman's pleasant. Excuse me, how to get to the museum from here?
Museum, good question. I think you go from the Collins Street from here, and then he's turning
Oh, okay.
I think that's the one.
All right, great.
Don't get...
In fact, someone kindly offers unsolicited help.
No.
Yes, sir, I am. Yeah, I just was right at the museum. Thank you.
The museum?
Yeah.
It is in Carlton.
Yep. Waiting for the tram, I strike up an easy conversation with a lady. So have you bought anything good at the sales? She was really polite. She wanted to chat about the sales in the city, and I found her very amenable and gregarious and kind, and she just wanted to chat to me. So she was really lovely. The next day, I'm left all alone. So on one hand, I'm sort of conscious of people looking at me with disgust, in particular if I'm eating something a little bit unhealthy. But conversely, I also feel like an invisible person, whereas when I was a different size, people would strike up conversations with me, they'd chat, they were interested and interesting, and I find today I'm essentially an invisible person. I think young kids in particular were very harsh. They'd walk past and they'd be disgusted by what they saw. But you feel vulnerable and hurt by it, and you sort of don't have the energy or wherewithal to actually say something back. You're rendered impotent. It's a very powerless feeling.
It's coming apart. Yeah, it's just the wear and tear. I'll be sweating and eating much.
12 hours into the experiment, and I'm exhausted by the double standards and discrimination that exists. But nothing knocks me like the blatant brush off in a bar.
You want to try and talk to a bloke?
Yeah, I'll try. I smile at them and they all turn away.
So why are you here?
The footy.
I don't know.
Which way?
That one.
They're trying to ignore me. It's funny.
Who do you vote for?
Go the Blues. That guy, I keep doing interjections and he totally ignores me. Like I go the Blues, and he's like, and I go Carlton, I vote for Carlton too. And he goes, I think I've got to go. Yeah. Go Blues. Oh, look, it was interesting and embarrassing. I tried to engage a few times with people. It was totally ignored. It was such a different feeling, and I think I really underestimated how difficult and embarrassing and humiliating someone is made to feel for being a bit bigger. I feel for people that can't, at the end of the day, just peel off their body. I think having to live with this day in, day out would be totally eroding. It would totally erode your spirit.
I think if people saw it from our point of view and realised what they were doing, they would realise just how hurtful it is to us.
I definitely think a double standard exists with weight. I know that I've been treated differently for being overweight, and every day there's an example that I can see in real life where people are mistreated for being larger.
So, is there a double standard when it comes to weight? Are we living in a sizes society? Well, after this experiment, I would have to say the answer is yes. And I think we all underestimate how rife and hurtful it is.
And we're running a Facebook poll tonight on that story, asking the question, do you think overweight people are discriminated against? We'll let you know the results tomorrow.